Good morning. I am former Professor Rajasekaran, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, India. It is proposed that the Great Pyramid at Giza, Egypt is a time pillar presumably conceived, designed and constructed by the ancient Indian community. The significant number 786 is closely associated with the structure of the Great Pyramid. The vertical cross-section of the pyramid at the top vertex by a plane is a triangle. There is a mapping. 1 degree is equivalent to 10 feet. Therefore, 78.6 degree of the top vertex is equivalent to 786 feet width of the base. Let us bifurcate the triangle into two equal halves. The sum of the angles of the triangle is almost 180 degree. The smaller triangle being a right angle triangle, the square of the slant height is equal to the sum of the square of the base and the square of the height. The mind has three traits: to desire, to act, and to know. The mind is an earthly force, that is why it is pointing downwards, whereas the time is an abstract entity, that is why it is pointing upwards. The mind and the time are like two sides of a coin. Therefore, they combine together constitute the life. A time unit which has three phases is called a perfect time unit. 1 day has three phases. Therefore, it is a perfect time unit. 1 month has three phases. Therefore, it is a perfect time unit. One waxing waning period has three phases. Therefore, it is a perfect time unit. 1 year duration also has three phases. Therefore, it is a perfect time unit. Our ancestors were very eager to know about the next level perfect time unit. They had learned that 60-year duration was the next level perfect time unit. They had grouped the planets. The moon and the Mars cycle takes 2 years. The Jupiter and the Mercury cycle takes 12 years. The Venus and the Saturn cycle takes 30 years. Accordingly, our ancestors had prepared the ready reckoner for 60-year duration to position the above mentioned 6 celestial objects. The Jupiter revolves in the inner orbit and the Saturn revolves in the outer orbit. The first year is known as ever-repeating prosperity. In the second year, the Jupiter moves 30 degrees and the Saturn moves 12 degrees in their respective orbits. The second year is known as good race. The third year is known as greater appearance. The fourth year is known as white light. The 20th year is known as greater pride. Here, the Jupiter and the Saturn and the center of the rotation form a straight line. The 30th year is known as rival phase. Our ancestors had given a very meaningful name. Here, the Jupiter and the Saturn lie on opposite extremities. The 40th year is known as blessed appearance. In this case also, the Jupiter and the Saturn and the center of the rotation form a straight line. The 60th year is known as ever-repeating prosperity. Our ancestors had devised a method to enumerate the 60-year duration. We can observe that the 60-year duration also has three phases. Hence, it is a perfect time unit. The icosahedron, having 20 triangular phases with 30 edges, represent these three equations. Now, the natural question arises: what is the next level perfect time unit? Our ancestors had successfully found out that 160-year duration has whole number of days. Accordingly, the Indian calendar is designed. The number 160 is divisible by the numbers 5 and 20. Therefore, on 160th year, actually 3 days have to be included. The ancient Indian community had maintained 160-year cycle. The starting date and the ending date were clearly mentioned. The 160-year duration has 3 phases. Therefore, it is a perfect time unit. Again, the natural question arises. What is the next level perfect time unit? The 60th year cycle and the 160th year cycle meet at 480th year. This 480-year duration has 3 phases. Therefore, 480-year duration is a perfect time unit. The height of the Great Pyramid is exactly 480 feet, representing 480 years. What does this picture represent? Let us see it in the next video presentation. Thank you for watching.